If you keep your standards low, you'll never be disappointed.
Hi again, welcome to Scene 55. I'm Sean, and today I wanted to talk about disappointment. So, a friend of mine told me a couple weeks ago that the woman that owns her house is also renting a room in another house, and I got to go see the house, and I was really looking forward to moving in there because one of the guys that already lives there works with us, and he's a nice guy. I get along with him really well. And when I had tried off and on over the last couple of weeks to get a hold of the owner and talk to her, and then she finally tells me today that she already has a woman set up to move in there, and the woman's friend, or at least another two women. So the thought is she would rather have those two women there than two men, I guess. I don't know. So she asked me to look at one of her other properties, which I did, and I didn't like the setup. It was a bedroom, and it's only a couple $100 cheaper than what I'm paying now. But it was a weird setup because it's like apartment. A 3-bedroom apartment. Yeah, so the apartment is a part of the main house, but it's completely closed off from the main house, so you have to enter from the back. And then it's like a little tiny 3-bedroom apartment, and each of the bedrooms are rented out, but the living room has like no furniture, no TV, nothing. So each person basically has like a little mini studio apartment. And I didn't like that because I already have a studio apartment that's actually pretty big, and moving to that for a smaller space and only saving $200 a month wasn't worth it to me. I haven't told the lady yet. I told her to give me till the end of the week and I would let her know. Yeah, so that was my big disappointment. First, not getting the other place. And then she tried to show me this second place and didn't even tell me there was already someone there. So, and then what's even more weird is that the kitchen is a separate structure. It is next to the little apartment, and it's a little building, which is kind of nice. It's a weird setup, but you walk to the next building and it has the kitchen, dining room, big kitchen. But it has one refrigerator that me and two other guys would be sharing. And I've been through that before, and I didn't like that. The one that was in, that I first tried for, the house in Anaheim, I thought it was going to be just me and my friend, and that wasn't such a big deal. And even if one other person joined us, the fridge in that place was huge, and it didn't seem like that big of a deal. I love to cook, and this other place in Anaheim, one of the guys doesn't cook. He always eats out, and then the other guy cooks occasionally. But I just didn't like the idea when she opened the fridge and showed it to me. There was so much food just being stored in there that I didn't like that. And the two guys in that place, I only saw one of them, but he was older than me, and I'm assuming the other guy was maybe older. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I didn't like the setup, and then again, I would just be living behind another house, whereas the one in Anaheim, I would have been living in the house, so it would have been a little bit different. Anyways, that was my big disappointment, and I just shrug it off. I'm gonna stay where I'm at, I guess, and keep living there. Really, the only thing that I don't like about the place that I live now is the parking situation, which I've talked about before. I'm not gonna get into that. 9 times out of 10, I'm able to park in front of the house. It's just the one or two times a week that parking is difficult is when everyone wants to park on that street, and it's because of either trash day or street sweeping on the main street. So nobody wants to park on the main street Sunday, because if they leave their car Sunday, Monday morning they'll get a ticket, which happened to me once already. So everyone tries to save parking on Sunday, and what irritates me more than anything is this one house directly across the street from us, which has, I don't know how many people living there, but it seems like they have about 4 or 5 cars, and they're all big cars, big SUVs, big work vans. And one of them has like this small little convertible, and he'll actually park it taking up 2 spots, and then when the other guy comes home, he'll move the car so that he can park his work van. And that irritates me. I know people do it so they can have parking, but they have a big Cadillac Escalade, a big work van, and I think there's like 2 other cars. One of them is that small convertible. It's like a Chrysler Sebring or something like that. But I have a little Chevy Spark, and when it's difficult for me to find parking with a Chevy Spark, that's ridiculous. But anyway, right now I'm just venting, but I thought I would be able to move into this place in Anaheim and save $300 a month. And that was going to work towards me getting my bills paid off and eventually moving to Virginia. But now that's not happening. So I'm back to the slow burn of paying my bills off, which is barely happening because of the way the economy is right now. But I'm slowly chipping away at my debt. I got this, well, the other thing that was kind of a disappointment was that I had a Fitbit, or not a Fitbit, a Google Pixel Watch 4 that crashed and burned, and that I sent that in for repairs. I had the extended warranty, and they weren't able to fix it, so they gave me a refund. Unfortunately, the refund ended up being in the form of an Amazon gift card, which is fine, but I didn't want another Pixel Watch, at least right now, because I was afraid of it just going bad again, and that was just going to irritate me even more. So what I decided to do was get some other stuff that I needed, and I ended up getting this Insta360 Mic Pro, which is really nice. It's a wireless mic. I'm using it right now, and it comes with this charging case, and it comes with this carrying case. Yeah, so the one that I got has 2 mics, and what's cool about it is you can customize your logo. The screen on there is customizable, and it's e-ink, so it doesn't really use any energy. So that's really nice. I'm still kind of getting the hang of these. One of the things I noticed is that it records in mono, which I don't like. I haven't figured out exactly how to switch that setting. I thought I had it set up to record in stereo. But anyway, I'm not gonna mess with it right now. Yeah, so I wasn't really anxious to move. I like where I'm at, but I didn't want to stay there and constantly be struggling for money. If I would have been able to get that place in Anaheim, it would have really helped me out a lot. I could have really gotten caught up with my bills. And somehow I just had a feeling it wasn't going to work out. I hate to be pessimistic like that, but it's happened to me twice already with a potential move that didn't work out. And the first one, I actually even told my landlords that I was moving, and then I felt bad because they told me they were going to drop my rent $100, and if I decided to stay, it would just be indefinite, the $100 reduction. And then it didn't work out. I ended up staying, so I don't want them to think that I decided to stay just because of the reduction. But I did tell them the original reason I was moving was to save money. So, I don't know. It's helping, but what doesn't help is the fact that I haven't been able to donate plasma, and that plasma was an extra $450 a month, which was helping me out a lot. And since my hospital stay, because of the endoscopy, they said I had to wait 6 months, and end of September, I think, is 6 months from the time I had the procedure, which makes me kind of wish I lied when I tried to go do plasma, and lied and said I didn't have a procedure. But then, my luck, something would have happened. But anyway, it is what it is. So I'm struggling at least till the end of September until I can do plasma again. Yeah, so that's it. I just wanted to say that. I'm actually here at this park. This park has, there's quite a few parks here in Southern California that have this, where they have fitness equipment. And I canceled my gym membership a while back because of the money. I wasn't using my membership. So I'm thinking this might be a good option. It's barely, not even a half a mile, I think maybe a quarter mile from where I live. So I could easily walk down here and do little workouts. And I don't have to deal with all the gym bros and the gym people. I'm not a big gym person, so that crowd that sits on equipment and spends 80% of their time scrolling through a playlist rather than actually working out drives me nuts. Pick a playlist at the beginning, pick one that's long enough that you can listen to it throughout your workout, and then stop playing with your damn phone. Anyway, and then the guys checking themselves out in the mirror, that that absolutely drives me nuts. Anyways, yeah, that's it. I just wanted to talk about my disappointing news. I'm not trying to be a downer, but I'm gonna put a couple links on my description about this Insta360 Mic Pro. They do have a version that doesn't have this case, and it has one mic and the transmitter. This one has a receiver and one transmitter. The mic is the actual transmitter. And the version that I got is one receiver, two transmitters, in case I decide to do some interviews with some celebrities and stuff. Anyways, I'll put a link to that in my description, and also a link to a couple videos that talk about the capabilities of this mic. Maybe I'll do a review on it at some point. This is really actually my first time really using it, and once I get the hang of it and figure out how to change some of the settings, I will do all that for you. Anyway, have a good time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see what happens next.